Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mario Kart Double Sats. Do we want to keep the door open in case anybody else wants to come join? Okay, no problem. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know there's a couple other talks that are happening at the same time, so appreciate that you are sharing your time with me. So my name's D++. I'm a software engineer, I am a Bitcoin educator, and I am a Lightning evangelist. And I get asked to talk at a lot of these conferences, and inevitably, I get asked to talk on panels about scaling Bitcoin. People always want to hear me talk about Lightning, and I'm done. I'm done talking about Lightning. I don't have anything else to say about Lightning. I've said all I wanted to say. All I want to do is demonstrate the magic of what this protocol can do. Because I think that the experience is lost if you don't see it for yourself. It sounds fake. I can get finality of settlement in under a second, and it's immutable, and it's unconfiscatable, and it's not something that can be clawed back, and it's borderless, and it's permissionless. It just sounds fake. Not to mention, how many of y'all have heard this concept of streaming sats? Like you can stream sats because Lightning payments are fast. You can just shoot sats at somebody. And it's a really cool concept that Lightning has to offer, but it's not something that we really see too much in the wild. Like we hear people talking about micropayments. We hear people talking about streaming sats. We don't often experience either of those outside of maybe perhaps Zaps in Noster, I think are a really good application of micropayments. But I'm here just to show you what this protocol is about and how magic it can be. And what better way to do that than playing games? So how many of you have played Mario Kart before? Has anybody not ever played any version of Mario Kart, like literally ever? 2 people, okay. Well, I happen to think that this game is fun for all ages, all experience levels. It's something that, like Bitcoin, transcends politics and demographics and borders. And it's fun, in my opinion, for everybody. So we're going to play Mario Kart. Okay, what is that going to mean? Well, we are going to compete to take home the Bitcoin is for Everyone First Place Cup. So this is about honor. This is honor right here. You're going to put this on your desk and stare at it every day for the rest of your life. Like, that is so cool. First place is also going to receive a bit key. Who would like a brand new bit key? Never opened, obviously. Trust me, bro. And second place is also getting a bit key. Pretty cool. Third place is going to get some stickers, some patches, and a Sats card. I'm a big fan of what CoinKite is doing. Love all their products. You're going to get a Sats card. No Bitcoin is going to be on that Sats card, but you're going to get a Sats card. But more than anything, you're going to get honor. What does honor look like? Well, I have found a way to visualize it. So I created this leaderboard, and this is actually going to rank you based on your time, with your name along with your Lightning address. Now, what is a Lightning address? Can someone just tell me, what is a Lightning address? I hope that y'all have some familiarity with this Lightning address protocol, because if not, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve here, but that's okay. Can anybody tell me what a Lightning address is? Please.
It looks like an email.
Yes. That's right. You don't need invoices. So one of the things with the Lightning Network is that if I want to receive money from you, I need to create a one-time invoice. Keyword one time, right? So it's not a reusable payment code. I can't just stream sats to a one-time invoice. So how do we get around that? Well, this Lightning address protocol is pretty cool because this will actually, behind the scenes, fetch an invoice for me. So how many of you have used Lightning address? Okay, awesome. Who does not have a Lightning address? You don't have a Lightning address. Okay. Those of you that raised your hand that think you don't have a Lightning address, you actually might have one. So if you have Wallet of Satoshi or Zebedee or Strike is awesome. Even Cash App silently behind the scenes implemented Lightning address without telling anyone. That's pretty cool. You actually have a Lightning address. So those of you that raised your hands, do you have any of those wallets that I mentioned? All of them. Okay, so you have a Lightning address. Awesome. Okay, cool. So part of what I'm doing with this game is I'm Trojan horsing some of these features that I want to see wallets use, which is to say this is my way of Trojan horsing all of these manufacturers into coming into consensus. And I say that because of the manufacturers that do support Lightning address, not all of the features are supported. So Wallet of Satoshi is actually my favorite. It supports all of the features. Big fan of Zebedee. Who's heard of Coinos? Coinos is actually pretty cool. It's this guy up in Canada. He has a custodial Lightning address enabled wallet, and I think that's a fantastic place to get started. So those of you who raised your hands, how many of you have Strike? Strike is one of my top choices. Okay, so if you don't have Strike, you don't have Wallet of Satoshi, you don't have, say, Zebedee or some of the others, I would highly recommend that you just get set up on Coinos. So what does that look like? Okay, so Primal is cool. Primal actually uses Strike under the hood, and I do support it. They do rate limit me, though. And I want to stream those sats. I want to see you guys getting just a wall of sats in your Lightning wallets. And so the Primal experience, unfortunately, isn't quite as ideal as I would like to see. But if that's all you have and you don't want to get Coinos, that's fine. So Coinos is actually a progressive web app, which is to say you don't need to go to the App Store. So don't go looking for it in the App Store. Go to coinos.io. That is if you don't already have one of these other Lightning address-enabled wallets and you don't want to get Strike. Strike is KYC'd. Coinos is not. So Coinos does not ask for any personal identifiable information at all. And you can start in seconds. So you literally just need to pick a username and a password, and that's it. Let's see if I can remember mine. I think, nope. Now, one of the cool things that I learned about progressive web apps is they can actually allow for push notifications. I just learned that. Now, why do I want push notifications? Because I want to see your phones lighting up with each Lightning payment. I want to see that your phone is blowing up with sats that are being streamed to you. So if you do want to play, which I encourage all of you to play, I recommend that you turn on those push notifications. Those are my dopamine. That's how I get a hit, is I get a Lightning payment and I get a pop-up. I want to see a nice pop-up. And I'm going to ask one of you to please come and help me demonstrate the game. And for the first volunteer, I just want to make sure you have those push notifications because I want to see those pop-ups coming up. Now, before I jump into the game, a lot of you are inevitably wondering, how did you add Lightning to Mario? That's the question on everyone's lips, right? Is how did you do this? And what I will say, or they're asking me, how did you do this? How long did it take? And the answer is, it's my life's work. This has taken me my entire life. Every decision I've ever made in my entire life got me here with you guys to be able to present this game. So I did have to do a computer engineering degree, and I did have to get obsessed with Bitcoin and completely go down that rabbit hole. And then I had to also develop the confidence to even be able to attempt to hack Mario Kart because it was a little intimidating. But here we are, and we have prevailed. So the way this works is, you can see the Mario Kart game here on the left, the interface that I built on the right that has your score as well as your Lightning address. But how is the game reading your Bitcoin? How is it sending you Bitcoin? That's the question on everyone's lips, right? Great question. I am using a game emulator, right, to be able to play this game on my PC. It's called Dolphin. It's an open source emulator. And what's cool about Dolphin is it allows you to explore the RAM of the game. So this is going to get really nerdy here for a sec. So I can explore the RAM of the game, which is to say, while the game is playing, I can scroll through all of these ones and zeros. There's a lot of them. And they're not human readable. So cool. I have the RAM of the game available to me. It's here in memory. It's something I can look at. But how do I make sense? How do I make sense of any of this? How do I learn information that's relevant to me, such as your timestamp of your game, or what position you're in, or what course you're in. Does anybody know? Like, it's like a needle in a haystack. Like, how do I find that information if the RAM is just all in binary? Any ideas?
Registers, right?
Like in my CPU?
Pointers in memory, like on the game vaults, right?
Okay. So it's going to have different things in memory that are changing while the game is running, right? So like variables are in there somewhere. So I'd never done this before, so it was a bit of an experience for me. But what I learned is like I could start playing the game, I could make a change to the game, and then I could go back into RAM and see what happens over and over and over and over again until I inevitably found the information that I was looking for. I want to know what position you're in, because when you're in first place, you're getting sats streamed in real time to your Lightning wallet, right? I want to know what course we're playing so I can load the appropriate variables. I want to know what time you're having so I can put you in the leaderboard, stuff like that. So before we play the game, any questions about, what that process was like, or do you want to just jump into it? Yeah, question over here.
I already signed up for Coinos, like you said.
Coinos.
Is Orange Pill app also compatible?
Yeah, Orange Pill app is awesome. I like Orange Pill app. Yeah. Orange Pill app is awesome. I'm pretty sure they don't rate limit you, and I think you can absolutely use their Lightning address for the game. Great question. Okay, cool. Yeah, part of why I didn't mention Orange Pill app, although I'm a user myself, is that it's not a free service. Everything else I mentioned is free, but if you have Orange Pill app, or if you want to sign up for it, it's a really great way of getting a Lightning address. Any more questions? You guys just want to start playing Mario Kart? Yeah, over here.
Yeah, can you tell us, what are you using a debugger to step through, second by second when you're, playing the game? Do you, play it for 10 seconds and have something inspect the difference between memory, or what are you actually doing to figure this out?
Yeah, so with a debugger, if you're debugging code, for example, you're stepping through the functions of the code, but I'm not really looking at the code. I'm just looking at the memory. So it's a little different than debugging, although it's the same kind of underlying concept. So instead of stepping through a debugger, I've turned the game on. I change something in the game, which is to say, if I'm in second place, I get myself to first place, and then I go back into the RAM, and I'm like, okay, what changed? And it's okay, how many values just changed in that they either went from 2 to 1 or they decremented by 1? And it's a million things did that? Cool, okay, still needle in a haystack. Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And, how many of you are programmers? So in programming world, usually we start counting at 0, right? Because it's usually when you have a counter, it's an offset. So of course, I'm thinking that first place is going to be stored in memory as a 0, right? I mean, that's what you would assume. And that led me down a dead end, because it turns out that this particular game starts counting at 1. So once I figured that out, then it was just game on. I could not find the player position for the life of me until I finally realized, okay, first place is 1, second place is 2, third place is 3. And with enough, I think, resilience and patience, you end up finding the player position. So what you'll see here in this Dolphin memory engine is me kind of at first just looking around and creating watch addresses, where it's kind of is this what I'm looking for? Is that what I'm looking for? And there's a lot of kind of failures until I finally found some of the stuff that mattered to me, right? So this might lose everything in the telling. If you're not a programmer or a technologist, that's okay. We are going to jump back into the game, and then we can come back after to talk more about how we pulled this off. Was anybody planning on using Phoenix Wallet as their Lightning address? Because if we're going to use Phoenix Wallet, I have to take in some additional considerations, because it actually uses Bolt 12 under the hood. Who's familiar with Bolt 12? I know some of you guys have heard of Bolt 12. Why did only 2 people raise their hands? So Bolt 12 is also a reusable payment code, but it has some extra cool features that Bolt 11 doesn't have, enhanced privacy. So no one's using Phoenix, so okay, we don't need Bolt 12. But I did add Bolt 12 lovingly to this game, but we're not going to use it. So since we're not going to be using Bolt 12, I am going to use LND under the hood as my funding source. So this is connected to my node. It's going to be shooting sats out to you guys. I did have someone raise their hand that they wanted to be the demonstrator. I do ask, though, that my volunteer, you're all going to get a chance to play, but I wanted a volunteer to kind of walk us through how it works. I do ask that you have like your pop-ups turned on, though. Who has pop-ups? Who's got like Wallet of Satoshi? Pop-ups are on. You got Blink.
Yeah.
Blink is cool. They don't support some of the features that I'm looking for. You could absolutely use it, but there's one feature in particular, unfortunately, that they don't have. Who has like Strike or Wallet of Satoshi that wants to come up and get those pop-ups? I think Aaron is reluctantly being voluntold. Strike is beautiful. Big fan of Strike. Strike is actually a great way to buy Bitcoin too if you like want to stack sats. All right, so I want you to come up and then maybe you could get another volunteer to like hold up your phone. Just hold it because I want to see those pop-ups. We're gonna get those pop-ups going. Or if someone wants to, or I can hold it, just so you guys can see those pop-ups. Yeah, we can place it up here.
Sorry, that's my dog.
All right, so make sure that the controller is on, and we're gonna put you. Have you played this game before by any chance?
Just the N64.
Okay.
The newer ones.
Yeah, so this is built on the GameCube version.
Okay.
So let's just make sure that it is all hooked up. So when you guys come up here, after Aaron does this demonstration, we're gonna like form some lines. You guys are gonna come up here. Just know your Lightning address. That's all I need is just your Lightning address. So I know that Aaron's name is Aaron.
Yeah, it's Aaron 4. That's straight.me.
And Aaron 4, like that. Okay. So you are plugged in for player 1.
Don't worry, folks. If you don't have Lightning address, I can provide one for all locations.
Good one. Touche. And you are getting free money. So who's ready? Who's ready for some free sats? Free sats. Let's go. Okay, so Aaron, you are my guinea pig. You are going to be player 1. So just because this is fungible, given that we have a leaderboard, we're all going to use the same course. So you're going to click the A button to go. A to go, and then X is how you deploy your items. So just real quick, let's just pause real quick. It says there was an error getting the invoice. I might not be connected to the internet.
The internet's really bad.
Your internet's not working. I can do nothing at work.
Also, the screen's black. You don't want to turn on highlight screen setting.
Your phone here.
Okay, one sec.
When the notifications come, it'll pop in.
Yeah, it'll come up.
It's having trouble with your strike. It might, if you haven't like, so sometimes what I've noticed with some of these wallets that do have KYC is if you've kind of like downloaded it but you haven't gone through all the KYC steps, it can.
Something away from it. So.
Okay.
Maybe shut off the Wi-Fi. Maybe that's what's causing it. I'm on like LTE.
Let me just see.
Parallel active.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't liking your strike. I went ahead and plugged in my strike. I liked my strike.
I have Zebedee too.
Yeah, Zebedee is really great. So that's okay. You can just keep playing, and I'll demonstrate with mine. Zebedee is really cool. I'm a big fan of Zebedee. So yeah, you can keep playing. And so you'll see my phone's popping up, and the pop-ups are just like stacking, right? So as long as you're in first place, the game is detecting when you're in first place, and it's just every couple seconds just sending you sats for the privilege of being in first place. So I have 6 notifications here so far, and they're just stacking. So I'm just getting sats. So we're getting the sats, and then I now have 11 notifications. So in Strike, if you click the little like clock icon, you're gonna see all of the sats stacking. They're coming in. Yeah, they're popping up. And if you click on any one of those payments, it's gonna give you a little message that shows you what position you're in and what course you're on. So it says, you are in first place on Luigi's Circuit, which is pretty cool. Thank you so much. So yeah, the sats are popping up. So for each stream amount, she's getting 1 sat, okay? But then I just got a little 10 sat pop up, and so for each lap that you complete, you get a lap bonus. So this little message says, lap 2 is complete. You're in first place on Luigi's Circuit. You're now on lap 3. So she's now on her final lap. She's just about ready to finish the course. Go, Erin. She's on the spot. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't like your Strike, but it likes mine. It's coming from my L&D node, so I don't have any bias towards mine. So I got a final payment. It says you got 100 sats. That's the amount that you get for the course itself. It says Luigi Circuit was complete. You finished in first place, and it has a timestamp of how long it took you, which was 2 minutes, 18 seconds, and 863 milliseconds. So let's head over to my leaderboard. So in my leaderboard, if I refresh, you're going to see Erin is now in third place. So she's taken home the bronze, and that's her timestamp from the game. That's double sats. So you'll see here that the location of Erin's time is Bitcoin for everyone. So I'm looking for the first, second, and third of the Bitcoin is for everyone conference. But you can imagine there's a lot of things we can do to push this idea forward. Like, we're going to get a champion of Bitcoin is for everyone, but how cool would it be if the champion of Bitcoin is for everyone had a showdown against the champion from TabConf and the Bitcoin conference and all of the mini conferences across the world. And eventually my goal is to get a World Cup where the champion of each locale comes together in South Korea or Japan or somewhere, I don't know, somewhere cool. Maybe we'll get a sponsor to fly us all out and compete for the title of the World Cup. That's the plan. I have a number of other plans as well. I'm going to create a predictions market so that the spectators can bet on who they think is going to win. Peer-to-peer betting, and of course, create like peer-to-peer betting between the players as well. They can each put up an equal number of sats and compete for that prize pot. So right now it's in like faucet mode, demo mode, which I think is kind of great for demonstrating this game to some folks that maybe have never used Lightning before. But you can just imagine that we can together really push this idea forward. So how many of you are like, this is so cool, I want to bring this to my community? I would love to empower you all. This is open source. This is my life's work. I would love to empower you all to take this game into your community and have fun, maybe gamble a little bit, maybe ultimately find a champion, but hopefully make some friends along the way and talk about how extraordinary Lightning is. And to me, this is just exponentially more fun than getting up on stage and being like, yeah, Lightning is great. Like, let's play with it. So I want everyone to play. Now, the way the leaderboard works is you only get ranked if you win. So if you're like second place, third place, fourth place, you're not going to show up on the leaderboard. That's just how I programmed it. I just didn't rank everybody. There's a second best. And then if you all have fun, and I hope you do, I'm going to continue the tournament like afterwards. I'm going to set up out here over by Erin's book signing, and we can keep playing. So if you want to like beat your personal best score and you like really want to take home the golds, you'll get a chance to iterate. And we may have some other folks that may want to compete as well that couldn't join us because there's a couple other great talks happening right now. Any more questions before we start playing? Over here. Yeah, this is Dolphin Emulator, which is an open source game emulator. Yeah.
I have a mini question.
Yeah.
The racing UI, like where it shows
Yes.
the streaming of stats, did you make that yourself?
Yes.
That's really cute.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I made this UI, and you'll see the UI. So the UI on the left is like the emulator, and on the right is mine. And so as you can see in my UI, like I'm pulling from the data from RAM to see, like, you know, what mode are we in, what cup are we on, what course are we on, who's playing, what's their time. And then the console is showing us what's happening in Lightning Land. So the console is like, okay, I went and got an invoice. That's how Lightning Adjust works, is there's this web server that has an invoice macaroon that allows you to, over the web, get an invoice for any amount that you'd like. So I went and got the invoice. I said, okay, cool, come back to LND. And then I paid it with LND. And so it's like, okay, fetch the invoice. I paid it. Here's the pre-image, like proof of payment. Here's the amount. Here's how much it cost in fees, 4 millisats. Here's how many hops it took, which is to say how many computers it had to go through to get to the recipient. And when I paid a wallet of Satoshi, usually the hop is just one because I have a direct channel to wallet of Satoshi. I don't have a direct channel to Strike. I don't think they have a public-facing node that is accepting incoming connections, so we got to hop through someone else's Lightning node. How many of you, by the way, are Lightning node runners? Okay. It's really fun. And by the way, you may notice in the UI, I don't know if it's like too small for you guys to see, but we can zoom in. What do you notice that's kind of interesting about the way that I'm displaying the sats? BIP 177, bro. So the real reason I'm all here is to Trojan horse everybody to my true final cause, my final calling, which is BIP 177. So I just love the way this looks. The Bitcoin symbol over there on the left, the sat amount in an integer. Chef's kiss. I just think it's beautiful. Now, if you want to rename these units to call them Bitcoins, that's up to you. We can still call them sats, but I just love that Bitcoin symbol. So good. Any enjoyers of BIP 177 in the room besides me? Oh yeah. We'll get them there. The rest of these folks are just going to be all in after today. Any more questions? Yeah, back here.
As this scales, do you worry about like cheaters draining or?
Yeah, good question. So this is an in-person only game. It's not online, and you know, there's a number of concerns to putting it online. Like, obviously, it's a faucet, so anyone could come and just drain all my sats. But you know, this game is obviously about having fun playing Mario Kart, but it's also about community. So we're getting together, we're having fun, and getting out of the house. Like, we're all in front of our computer at home enough. I think it's good for us to come out into the real world and play with other people.
Can we donate to the faucet?
Hell yeah, you can donate to the faucet. You know, I got a number of Lightning addresses, but you know, me at d+.plus, but no pressure. So, any more questions before we start? Let's go. So I have 4 players. So we could like form like 4 lines. And I have 4 controllers. So the red controller is going to be for player 1. And the other controllers are going to be for the other players. So all I ask is that you guys form the line and then just have your Lightning address ready such that you can just tell me your Lightning address and I can register you to play. Let's go. Let's go.
I have to give you my Lightning address to get started.
Yes. So, okay, so you're going to be, so player 1 is going to be the red player. And then what's your name?
Mine's kind of long. I'm so sorry. I use that username with everything.
No, that's
You
okay.
want me to type it in?
What is your name?
Oh, Sarah. SARAH.
And then your Lightning address? FFR 31.
MRD. Super self. Yeah, I use it for everything. I'm sorry.
I think that should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you're registered for player 1. So you're going to be the red controller. Player 2 is going to be the blue controller. Let me make sure I get the controller hooked up because they do kind of turn off. So the blue, yeah. Okay, so the blue controller. So you're gonna be the blue controller. That's player 2. And what is your first name?
Becca.
And then your lightning address.
Bex, BEXINPDX.
At Strike. Okay, love Strike. I don't know why Aaron's Strike wasn't working. That was really weird.
I've got Zeus, but it's really laggy here because I can't get the Wi-Fi. So.
Yeah, and can you give me yours one more time? It was Sarah, and then what was your lightning address one more time?
FFR 31 MRD
MRD, as in dog.
Super and then Sylph. That's SYLPE.
Okay, and that was at Coinos. Coinos.io, and then yeah, just maybe check on the screen that that's correct.
That's it.
Okay, and then player 3 is going to be the green. I think it's green controller. Okay. Yeah, then we'll continue the game outside. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna be the green, and what was your first name?
Maria.
Okay, Maria.
And then it's flailing arms.
Ooh. Flailing arms at Coinos. Let's go. Maria, okay.
I just set it up, so I don't know if I.
Okay. And then, so sorry, what was your, one more time? Becca. And what was your strike?
It was Bex, BEX.
Bex and PDX.
Yeah.
BEX?
Yeah.
Okay. Bex and PDX at strike. Okay, great. And then the fourth player is going to be yellow. Let me make sure the yellow is set up. You're going to be yellow. All right, so you're going to be the yellow. Okay. And how did you spell your first name?
It's ALI.
And what was your lightning address?
It's Ali Webb. 07 at Coinos.
2 B's. Okay. All right, so we got our 4 players, our 4 champions. And as you guys are playing, be sure to keep your phones out. Now, the Coinos folks might not have pop-ups turned on, because it's like a progressive web app, so it's a little weird to get the pop-ups going. And I'm gonna select your players for you, just because. Well, hold up. Step aside. The reason I'm selecting your players for you is because it's because of the way that the game is set up. And whoa, one sec. Sorry. I think that should be good. So 4 is the bottom right.
Oh, this is an Xbox.
It's an Xbox controller.
I'm doing terrible already. That's my notification.
Is that a pop-up sound?
Yeah, it's Mysterious Stranger from Fallout.
So we got the sounds popping up.
What?
That's pretty cool.
What? Oh, this is oh. Clearly that's awesome.
I refresh, we're gonna see our champion, FFR31MRD Super Self at Coinos, Sarah, is in the bronze. So you're third place. Nice. Congratulations. But you all only